Hey, it's Wendy from the Nomadic Vegan, and welcome to part 3 of this 11-part video series on my favorite vegan dishes from all around the world. So today we are talking about Greek cuisine. And I'm going to try to keep it short because I could go on and on and on about Greek cuisine. I've got a whole lot to say. There are so many amazing vegan dishes that are a traditional part of this cuisine. And Greece itself also holds a very special place in my heart, and that's because it's where I became vegan. If you don't know my vegan story, I'll just share very quickly. It was in September 2014. And for a few months leading up to that time, I had been slowly transitioning towards a vegan lifestyle. I initially thought that I could never be fully vegan, but I was trying to reduce the number of animal products that I was eating. So I had gotten to the point where I was vegan before 6. If you've heard that term, it was coined by Mark Bittman, who wrote a book by that name. So basically, I was eating a vegan diet up until 6 p.m. And then after 6 p.m., I was still eating a vegetarian diet, but I would sometimes have eggs or dairy products in my evening meal. And I thought that that was going to be enough. But the more I learned about what the animals go through in the egg and dairy industries, I just couldn't live with myself anymore. I just knew that I wasn't living in alignment with my own values, and that was eating me up inside. And I knew that the only way that I could be true to myself was to be vegan, to just really be vegan all the time. But I had some fears that were holding me back, and one of the big fears was that I thought that being vegan was going to ruin travel. I thought it was just going to be a huge hassle, and I didn't even know if it would really be possible to find vegan food in some of the places that I wanted to go to, and travel was and still is a huge part of my life, so that was a big concern for me. But my husband and I had this trip booked to Greece. It had already been booked several months in advance. And so I decided, all right, I'm going to give it a trial run. I'm going to see if I can only eat vegan food for the 3 weeks that we are in Greece. And if I can, well, then I might have to reevaluate my ideas about the difficulties of vegan travel and about living a completely vegan life. Well, I went to Greece in September 2014, and I found an amazing abundance of vegan food. There were so many more options than I ever could have possibly imagined, and so I never looked back. So I count my vegan anniversary from the day that my plane landed in Athens to start that trip in Greece, which was September 10th, 2014, and I still celebrate that every day. So, yes, Greece holds a very special place in my heart, and I am very intimately acquainted with its food and with all its vegan options. So I'm just going to share one of those with you today. It was really hard to choose, but the one that I'm sharing with you is called Gemista. And this is a very common Greek dish. It's a dish of stuffed vegetables, and there are actually a couple of main varieties of this dish. So it could be stuffed tomatoes, or it could be stuffed bell peppers. And both of those dishes are called Gemista. They both go by the same name. So sometimes you could even have both in the same plate, and that's actually what you see here. This is one version of Gemista that I ate on that trip in Greece in 2014, and so you see the green bell pepper, and then next to it you also have the tomato, and then they're both stuffed with a rice mixture that has some garlic and some mint and parsley and other kind of herbs and spices that are mixed in together and stuffed with these peppers that are then roasted, or peppers and or tomatoes that are then roasted in olive oil. And often it will be served with French fries, so you can also see that it was the case here. It's also served with some fries on the side. The French fries are also amazing in Greece, I will just add as a side note. They're usually these really thick cut, what we might call steak fries in the US. And yeah, thoroughly enjoyed those too. So that's Gemista. Just one quick word of warning. Occasionally, some cooks will add some minced meat to the rice mixture. So you want to ask about that just to be sure. But in most cases, Gemista is going to be vegan. And it is a very common dish, so you can find it just about anywhere in Greece. It was probably one of the first dishes that I ate on that trip, and then I continued to order it and enjoy it throughout the 3 weeks that I was in Greece. And so I'm gonna say it's my favorite vegan dish in Greek cuisine, although it's a tough call because there are lots of them. And Gemista is also one of the dishes that are included in the bonus recipe pack that you will get if you pre-order my new book, Veggie Planet, before it is officially released on July 21st, 2017. All right, so that's the official release date, but it's actually available for pre-order right now on Amazon. And if you pre-order, then I have created a whole package of bonuses that you will get totally for free as long as you order before July 21st. And so one of those bonuses is a recipe pack that includes recipes so that you can recreate in your own home some of the dishes that I tell you about in Veggie Planet. And one of those dishes that's included in the pack is Gemista. So the recipe that's in the pack was provided by my friend Ivy. She is a Greek Cypriot blogger, food blogger. So she's originally from Cyprus, and though she actually has lived in Greece for some time now. And she runs her own food blog called Kopiaste, and she very generously allowed me to include her recipe for Gemista in the bonus recipe pack for Veggie Planet. So yeah, if you want to get access to that, then be sure not to miss out and go ahead and pre-order before July 21st. All right, so there we have it for my favorite Greek vegan dish, and I will see you tomorrow for part 4. Bye!